yourself on your home lane. Talk your shit, feeling no pain. Take that stress off of your brain. Come home down, take the J train. This your moment and you got it. You kill, you still got it on and poppin'. Hit it till you leave the haters home, cause they nodding. Tell them when they know they gon' watch it.
Hey everyone, this is Tia, and today we're here with Izzy.
Hi.
How you feeling, Izzy?
I'm a little tired, but other than that, I'm good.
Yes, so I'm feeling okay too. I just did an interview, and now we're here today because we want to do like a special segment on like mental health, self-awareness, self-love. So I brought my friend here. He has a lot of amazing energy. He was actually on the first season of Tia Talks NYC on the first episode, and now he's on this special with me. You know, on the special day where I launched. Today's the day I launched the second season. So we're here. Thanks for being a part of this journey with me.
Of course.
Yes.
I love it. I'm so supportive. I'm so into what you're doing. I'm so proud of you. So I'm here.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with like some advice from, or like someone needs advice on Reddit, so we're gonna try to give our advice. So it says
2 cents in.
Yeah, so it says, okay, how can I deal with this? So I'm 14, and every time I talk to people other than 3 people in my friend group, I feel like I can't say anything. I'm stuck thinking about what to say, but the words won't come out because I'm too nervous to say anything. Is there any way to stop this from happening? Izzy, what advice can you give this 14-year-old that is like nervous speaking in like their friend group?
In his friend group or into like different friend groups?
It says in his friend group.
Oh, he's nervous in his friend group?
Yeah.
So here's my first question. Like, do your friends make you feel comfortable? Like, do your friends, like, why do you feel like you're nervous and you can't say anything to them? Like,
right.
What's going on that you feel like you can't open up or be yourself around them? That's would be my first question to tell them or ask them, this 14-year-old. And then secondly, honestly, I would just say be yourself. Like, you know, I feel like people love genuinity, if that's how you say the word. They love people who are genuine, and I feel like if you just be yourself, people are going to be attracted to that. And if they're not, then those are not the people you should be hanging out with.
Yeah, I agree. The advice that I would give this 14-year-old would be like, if these people are really your friend, you shouldn't be nervous.
Exactly.
You know, you should just, be able to speak openly to them,
right. Right. I feel like, at that age, I get it, there's all these like, we're young. This is like what's hip. If you're not doing this, you're not cool. If you're not doing that, you're not cool. If you're doing that, you're lame. Like, I feel like there's so much pressure as a teenager.
Yeah.
And like, I just feel like, if I was to speak to myself at that age, I would just tell myself, just be yourself. Like, don't try to impress anyone, because at the end of the day, these people probably won't be your friends in a few years.
That is true. I feel like with like friendships, like I've learned too, is that, and it's sad to say, but friendships are the majority of the time going to be temporary.
Right.
Right.
There's like what they always say, there's someone who's there for a season, a reason. I think there's a third one. Season, reason.
I don't know the third one.
Season and reason. I feel like those are pretty good.
Those are really good. Yeah. But even with us, so like we had, people in our circle that, didn't really align with us. And so like, just like based on what you just said, like the season and the reason, if you aren't aligning with people in your friend group, I think it's just like time to just like,
move forward
and live in your purpose. And don't be upset if it didn't work out,
Right, because literally there is a reason for everything. Like, I feel like you're supposed to learn something out of somebody,
Yeah.
Or maybe you're supposed to teach them something, It's like a vice versa.
Yeah, it's a give and take.
Yeah, so, I've in the past, yes, I've been very upset when I've like lost friends. I would usually like do like little outbursts or like say things I regret. But now, like, as I'm getting older, I realize, there's no point in arguing with people. There's no point in like forcing people to stay into your lives because, you know, we all live our lives. We all have things to do. We're all busy. You know, we can't just force anyone to just stay there. Like, if it's their time to go, it's their time to go.
It's their time to go.
Yeah.
And we're still here, so.
We're still here, so I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say. Well, that was a good one.
Yeah,
okay. How can I get over the fact that my girlfriend had sex with a guy from our group of friends? That's disgusting. And he's an asshole. My brain hurts imagining it. They had sex a few years ago, and they've been together for 2 years. The guy's pathetic. He steals money from his parents to buy drugs and is known for betraying every single girlfriend he's ever had and been abusive physically and mentally. The fact that my girlfriend had sex with him multiple times in the past hurts my brain. I know it's in the past and it was a mistake and she deeply regrets it and says she was drunk every time, but it just makes my skin crawl. Yeah. I've never tried shaming her for it, but it's just something that I know of and that makes me sick whenever I think about it. How can I look at it differently, at least in a way that it won't make me feel sick and nauseous?
I don't think there's any way to look at it differently. I would be nauseous as well. Like we're together and you're cheating on me with my best friend and your excuse that what happened?
Well, so basically like it wasn't like a cheating situation. Okay. Basically it was like she used to hook up with him in the past and they're still like in the friend group with that guy. Oh. So like every time he looks at him, he's like, "Oh my God, like ew." Like, and he can't get over the fact that his girlfriend had sex with him.
Well, I mean,
so how can he get over it is the like question.
Find a new girlfriend.
Okay, yeah, that is the good advice.
I think you should find a girlfriend. If you feel like you can't get over the fact that she did something with your friend in the past, like that's the past. You can't really judge her for what's happening now, but the fact that you still are, it's like you don't like it's not aligning here.
Yeah,
like,
it's not aligning. So like to sum it up is like shit has to align, you know? And even like in my situationships and stuff, like when people find out like other people that I've been with, like I feel like you shouldn't, like you said, you shouldn't hold it against them. Yeah. You know, and I feel like people do still do that. They do hold it against the other person. Like,
yeah, but that's just like, I don't want to say how dare you, but like, why would you do that? That's something that they did in their past. It has nothing to really do with you.
Yeah. And you know what that means is that person that you're with isn't secure. Period. And so this brings us to the conversation of like security with like in yourself. Like you can't date somebody when you're insecure.
You really can't. It's not going to work.
Because really the red flags are going to come out constantly, you know?
And like you have to like, you know, be secure in yourself to either, you know, deal with the red flags, see if you can like mend it and like work through the relationship or, you know, drop the relationship because like the red flags is a little too much for you. That's also a part of self-worth. When you see a red flag and you decide to take yourself out of that situation because you know it's not good for you, self-worth, leave, because you don't want to sit in a relationship miserable, overthinking a situation that happened in the past or in the present that really had nothing to do with you. But you're over here like just still disgusted about the situation. It's like, okay.
Yeah, so I can relate to this question.
Can you want to elaborate?
I could go into it a little bit, but yeah, I'm one of those people that gives people, you know, the benefit of the doubt. Me too. You know, but I do have I would say I have a high tolerance. So I'll keep taking the bullshit. I'll keep seeing the red flags and at some point, it might take me a few months to just be like, yo, I can't do this no more. Yeah. You know? So as I'm growing and stuff, I'm learning that I can't keep, like, once I see a red flag, I have to learn to just, like, walk away.
Right. Especially if it's a red flag that, like, compromises who you are. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that completely because I give people so many chances as well. Like, I'm very, like, forgiving and understanding, and like I'm there to like, you know, support and help in any way. But like once enough is enough, like you said, I'm also like just over it. I don't want to deal with it. And I wish I can learn how to do this. Like, I mean, I've practiced it recently actually, how I can like get over it sooner and not let it drag on. So it will like affect me more in the future.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. That was some good advice.
Self-worth is very important,
Very.
especially when you're dealing with like relationships, because people can really like change you without you even really knowing. Like you see yourself like changing for that person because you really care about that person, you really want to be with them, and you would do anything like to keep them. So you like sabotage yourself and forget about your feelings, and like it just becomes a whole mess. And like now you've lost yourself, now you're lost, and like what if that relationship doesn't work out? What happens next? Now you're left on your own with no identity because you changed your whole identity to mold into this relationship. Like, what now? You know, I feel like people, we all want love.
We all want love.
We do, and I understand that because I love love. But like, I'm not going to sabotage myself or make myself less for a relationship just because I want love. Like, I can patiently wait for the right love because it's definitely going to come to me. I deserve it. It's mine. I'm not going to like settle for anything that's like less than that.
Yeah. I don't know. Part of me like wants to settle, but I know that I deserve more.
You do deserve more. You do. Settling is like a form of weakness, in my opinion. It's a form of not being true to yourself. Like,
so the question I like have for you is like how can someone, you know, be true to themselves when they're dating? Like, how can they be the best version of themselves without losing themselves while they're in like a dating situation or a relationship?
I think space really helps. Like, I know we like when we're in relationships, we want to be with that person all the time.
Yeah.
And like, that's cool, of course, be with that person, but also remember you are your own person. You still need your time. You still need to heal from whatever you're doing. You still need to accomplish those goals that you want to accomplish.
Right.
So like, I feel like you just need to really like, you know, just understand that there's you,
right,
there's them, and there's us. And like the us times are amazing. Of course, quality time keeps the relationship going, but also separation makes like the love like stronger as well.
Yeah. See, that's the challenge for me is like, I always want to be with that person.
No, me too. I get it.
So, and I've never thought about that. Like that separation actually brings you closer.
Because it gives you time to miss them. And like, it's like, now when you do like link up with them, you have so much to talk about because so much has happened, and you want to like catch up and like just do all these like lovey-dovey things. Like,
yeah. So I guess like that kind of leads to like marriage too. It's like, how can you still have like that separation time and like, you know, do those things where like you're catching up but you're married, you see them all the time. Like,
I feel like when it comes to that, you need to have a discussion with like your partner, and like, you know, like a real deep discussion, and, you know, tell them, you know, I feel like to keep this relationship healthy, we should also just like have our own time. Like, you know, I feel like communication's like a big thing in relationships. And I feel like if you communicate that, you know, you need you time without that other person being, you know, upset or insecure, thinking like, oh, does that mean like you're trying to cheat on me? No, I'm just trying to have me time, like focus on me,
right?
Not like trying to go out and be a hoe or trying to like do something like not healthy for the relationship. I'm just working on me because I feel like if I'm a better me, I could be a better we. Yeah. So communication is key. Like, you just gotta talk because you know,
that's like very eye-opening. Like, seriously. Yeah. Because like I've never done that. I've never done that. I'm like,
you should practice
maybe
it.
This is something that I need to work on.
Yeah.
Because I feel like separation gives me anxiety. Like when I'm not with that person, or where I'm not communicating with that person, I'm just like, oh my God, like what's going on? Does this person not like me anymore?
But I'm not saying like no communication. Like definitely, like I personally, like if we're taking like a little break, like
But
we're
like
doing our own thing.
space, like how much? Okay, so the question is, how much space is enough space? You know?
That's true. That's another thing. Like it really depends on you and that person. I feel like I'm the type of person, like I would like to talk to you every day,
Right.
but I don't want to have to see you every day, because when I see you, I forget about me. You know what I mean? So like we can definitely talk as long as like communication is there, cool. But like I also need to like focus on me and like my career
Right.
and what makes me happy and my passions. You know, I don't want to like sabotage that because I want to be with you all the time. Yeah, I really want to be with you all the time, but like that's also just unhealthy for myself.
Yeah. So let's go back like a little bit with like self. I mean, this is all like about like self-love and stuff. So when did you like realize that, you know, you wasn't loving yourself? And then how did you make that change to like start loving yourself?
So I've always had like a love for myself, but I think it was very more like superficial. Like I loved how I looked.
Okay.
And I started noticing like, yeah, my looks are there. And like, if my looks aren't there, like what's going on? Do I love myself? Like, am I happy with where I'm at right now? Am I happy with my body? You know what I mean? Like without looking at all like the physicality, like how do I feel mentally? Like, am I mentally okay? Am I emotionally okay? I noticed that like, you know, I was kind of like just being really negative and like just not treating people that I love like the right way, like the way they want to be loved. And they were telling me multiple times like, hey, like I don't really like how you're like treating me, or like I don't really like that you're doing this or that or the third. And like once people tell you that like they don't like this, that, and the third, you know, you start to realize, oh, I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something that's not making the people I love happy, and that's not something I want to do. Like I want to make people happy. I want to make people feel good, but how can I do that when I realize I'm not happy with myself?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was friends with this one girl. Her name was Amber. That was like one of my.
Hey, Amber.
Hi, Amber. We're no longer friends, but
oh,
you know.
goodbye, Amber.
No. Like I still have mad love for her. No, like you know, hopefully one day we do come back together. But like, right now, you know, we need that space. But she was always telling me about how like, you know, I'm really super what's the word?
Official.
I was superficial, I'm conceited, I'm a narcissist, I'm all these negative traits that I just never saw in myself. Right. I just saw someone who really just loved himself, who loved how he looked, you know? Mm-hmm. But she made me realize that, you know, I didn't make her feel good. And that's someone I kept very like close to my heart. Like, that's like my best friend. I've known her since middle school. So like she really triggered me to like want to be a better friend. And like I feel like her telling me all this stuff made me realize that I'm just not a friend to myself.
Right.
So I had to take like some time away from everyone, honestly. Like I moved to Yonkers.
Yonkers.
The worst place ever. I mean, it's not a bad place, but I hated where I was living. I hated the situation I was in. And like I feel like all my friends just weren't around for me at that time. I just had to like really just sit with myself and like just, you know, start loving me more, start caring about me more. So I started meditating a lot. I started getting into like tapping into like God and like religion, you know. I just started tapping into like whatever like made me happy. Like I love to paint. So I started painting more, you know. I just did things that Izzy would be happy doing.
Right.
And, you know, it took some years and a lot of lessons and a lot of like breaking up with friends, breaking up with guys, breaking up with like this jobs or like just a lot of different situations helped me realize who I was and who I want to be and how I want to like spread my love to the world. Because I have a lot of love, regardless of what they were saying to me in the past. I had a lot of love inside of me, but I think I was just very like mentally cluttered and like just like not in the right space and wasn't really tapping into myself. I feel like I was just tapping into like a small egotistical side of myself. Mm-hmm. So once I like just tapped out of it and started really just like embracing the love, embracing God, I feel like, I don't know, I just started lightening up and just feeling better and just like treating people better and like just realizing that we all want to be treated the same way. You know, I want to be treated with kindness, with love, with like peace, all that. So I should be sharing that with others as well, because I know everyone wants that.
Yeah.
So.
Whew, that was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
But it definitely served like a good purpose to share that, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that, you know, deep down inside they feel like they aren't giving like, you know, 100% of who they should be, like 100% of what they should be giving to others, and they aren't living in their purpose. So I feel like that was really good of you just to like share like the whole process of like how you became, you know, this light.
Right. Literally, I had to like separate myself from everyone.
Right.
Like literally everyone. Like I had to really just humble myself and just realize what I want, how I'm gonna get it, and how I'm just gonna like just spread love. But God also was like the biggest part. Like God really helped me. Like, so.
So, Izzy, what questions do you have for me? Since you's a light, I feel like I'm a light too.
You are. You're great energy. You're great energy. I don't know. I just feel like, what do you feel like? I have to think about this.
No, it's okay.
You should have prepped me.
Wing it. It could be anything, but
I want to ask you a question about this guy.
Okay.
Without like,
being So do it.
Why do you feel like you have this attachment to him? Like, why do you feel like you want to continue this relationship when he's like not good for you?
Okay. So, so I feel like the reason why I'm attached to this individual is because I really don't give my time to like romantic relationships or intimate relationships. I'm more of like a person that invests like into my friendships and into work. So when I did, you know, take that step and like, you know, dive into like the relationship side of my life and like being intimate with somebody, I felt like, it's not often that it happens. You know, and I purposely set my life up that way. Because in the past, I just feel like I none of the energy I was giving out in relationships was ever receptive. So when I met this person, we had a really good connection, and like it was mutual. Like we were both giving energy and receiving it, and like it was equal. But as time went along, you know, things fell off, life happens, and like, you know, people go through shit. And I feel like in those situations in my past relationships, when things happen in other people's lives, like something drastic change, I would usually leave. So I feel like now, I don't know, the connection I have with this person, I don't know, I just feel like something's telling me to just stay. Yeah. It's like an energy that's just like, you know, you have to make this, make it work. And I don't know, it might sound like stupid and stuff, but to me, I feel like this may be like my person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even though like it's not perfect right now. Like I just feel like it deep down.
Do you feel like this feeling is a feeling because you're like really into him, and it's not like something that you like deeply feel like it's like, okay, this is my person? Like, do you feel like, does he make you feel good when you're around him? Like, what are like things that give you like that response? Like, why do you feel like he might be your person?
So I feel like he could be my person because he is supportive.
We love support.
Yeah, I feel like support is like a very important factor. He did, let's use the correct words, he gave me like a lot of attention and stuff, but as of right now, it's like it's little to none.
So what makes you feel like he's still your person if he's not giving you that? Like, do you feel like you are like I said earlier, like not sabotaging yourself, but like like molding yourself into like someone that he might like? Like, do you feel like you
Honestly,
are...
you know what we're when you mention the space concept,
Yeah.
I feel like that's where we're at.
Okay.
The space. Like, because when we first, connected, we started dating and stuff, I felt like there was no space.
Okay.
And we were going like 100 miles per hour. And
that's usually what happens when you first like start dating someone.
yeah. And life situations, we were like physically like we had space between us because I was living very far from New York, from the city, or Brooklyn, and I feel like we're still in that space. So like I don't know, we're basically like we're trying to slow it down so like we can really like connect beyond just like a physical level and more like a spiritual level.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's where it's at.
Okay.
Even though, like, I feel like it's never going to be perfect. So, I don't know.
I feel like when someone's your person, like, perfect is very hard to achieve, but it should be close to it. Like, if you really feel like that person's your person. I'm not, like, saying that, taking it away from you.
No.
But, like, when I view a perfect relationship, like, just the communication is there. The love is there. The understanding, we have like similar hobbies, or like we're accepting of each other's hobbies, and we allow each other to like do our thing. What I mean? Like going back to like the space situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel this way, then those are your feelings. They're very valid.
Yeah, definitely valid.
They're very valid. I was just asking the question.
Yeah, I love the questions.
Yeah.
So Izzy,
yes.
Going back to you, recently you disclosed some information on the internet about getting your dream job.
Yes, one of them I did. Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you. Yeah.
Imaginary confetti.
Yeah, you honestly manifested that. So just take me through that process of just like manifestation. I feel like you have a very strong power when you manifest. Like, I feel like a lot of things have aligned for you. Yes,
they have. And I had to honestly at the end of the day thank God for that, because God put everything in my path. Like, I can only control the proactivity of me like actually doing things, like setting up shoots and like building up my book and like just putting myself out there. I feel like that's like what I've done to like pave my way into my career and like getting jobs that I'm getting. I just put in the atmosphere of what I'm looking for, and I just leave it up to him to really help me, because manifestation is really just like prayer. Like, I just pray for things, and I love God indefinitely, like that. He, she, whatever you want to pronoun your God, he does everything else. Like, I just put all my faith into him. I put all my love into him. I thank him before I even get anything, because at the end of the day, I feel it. I feel it in my heart that I'm going to get everything that I want. So that's really manifestation. Like, it's really like prayer and just like allowing God to like do his work and just being proactive and like doing it.
So there is a podcaster that I follow, or like I would say like a social media icon right now that I follow. His name is Jay Shetty.
Someone told me about him.
So
someone told me about him.
Yeah, so you should definitely listen to his podcast. But he interviews like he's interviewed Oprah, LeBron James, like everybody. And so
he used to be a monk, right?
Yeah, he used to be a monk, former monk. But what I've learned from him and us talking about just like prayer, I believe also it's like a form of manifestation, or they're one and the same, I believe too. Yeah. So, and also like I've also learned a lot about metaphysics.
Okay.
So metaphysics is like, it's similar to like manifestation. So if you have a thought, right? And like I guess you like say if you have something that you want to accomplish, right? And you tell people about it, and you keep telling different people about it, it's gonna happen. Yeah. So same thing, like a thought is like matter. So a thought is like matter. It's like something tangible that that can consume you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can if it can consume you, it can happen. Like
Right.
it can happen. It can manifest.
Mm-hmm.
So with Jay Shetty, he talks about meditation.
Yeah, meditation definitely helps.
So I've like tapped into like meditation, and even like today I just feel like, or just like in the past week, I've been feeling like a lot of like kind of like psychic moments, but not psychic moments. They're kind of like meditation moments where I like visualize. So I'm like very keen with like visualization. I have to like visualize like see myself at the table or outside during the interviews, you know. So I feel like if you can see it in your head, it can happen.
110%.
You know,
110%. I believe that as well, because like literally everything that has happened for me already, I visualized these years ago. Like I already saw myself in these positions, in these places, in these jobs, like doing it, and like now I'm here doing it. You know?
So yeah, there's like a lot of research on just like visualizing yourself in different predicaments or like different situations, and then it actually happening. And I don't know if it's like the metaphysics or if it's being psychic or if it's meditation, but I know it's all connected.
It's definitely all connected.
And even when I had Seven here, he talked about meditation and no, he didn't talk about meditation, he talked about manifestation. And so it's like the people out there listening, is just like, you should believe in like the goals and everything you have, but also take the time to like visualize it, to see it, to allow it to consume you, and then tell people, share your idea with others.
People who are positive and full of love, because not everyone is, sorry to cut you off, but not everyone is super genuine. Not everyone has like the good and like the good things in heart for you. Like you should only tell people that you feel like you can trust and you feel very connected to, you feel very loved by, because those people will also help you with those manifestations because they're praying for you.
Yeah, and you know what? Me and you, that happened with us.
That's true.
You know,
that's very true.
You confided in me something that you wanted to do. You know, you felt drawn to just like share something that was so that weighed so that was consuming you. At that moment, I felt it. We were on the phone. You were like, Tia, I just have like this like thing that I just want to say to people. I want to share. And so I was like, you know what? Let's just like sit down and record it and talk about it, because you know, I feel like everyone has a voice and everyone should share like what's going on in their head and what they're thinking, and it's all valuable, and we can all like put it out into the world and someone will grab it and like feel connected to it.
Right. Even if it's 10 people, you still connected to those people, and those 10 people are going to do something great, and it's probably going to spread. It'll spread on. It's like a domino effect. Like, literally, positivity is amazing. Love is amazing, and like all we have to do is just spread that and just be it. Like that's another way of manifesting good things for you. It's just like being full of love and light, because when you're negative, when you're not in a good place, you don't connect to those things that can get you where you need to go.
Right.
Like I said back in the day when I was going through like a lot of shit and I need to like seclude myself, nothing was going for me. I didn't even think about I did think about having a modeling career, but nothing was going for me. Like I was having photo shoots, I was sending out my my portfolio to agencies, and nothing was biting. Nothing was happening for me.
Right.
Until like I started like really just working on me, loving me, being fully comfortable in my skin, connecting to God. That's when things started slowly but surely moving, and now I'm here getting jobs that I wanted.
Yeah. And I feel very connected to what you just said too, because when I was living in Long Island with my family like for 2 months, like 2 months ago, I wasn't eating good. I wasn't working out. I wasn't recording the podcast. I wasn't really doing much of anything. I was just going to work, you know. And like you said, like if you like feel good and you look good and you're putting good in your heart and in your body, you're like nourishing your body, and then you start thinking like these positive thoughts, and then shit starts happening.
Yes, positive. Just like you said earlier, like your mind has matter. Like that helps you manifesting. Like even the negative things can manifest itself. You know what I mean? So like stay positive, because you will get literally everything you want.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Izzy,
You're welcome.
for sharing. Do you have any other messages that you want to share with the people?
Just love yourself. That's the key. That's the key to spreading love and to getting everything you want. That's the real key of manifestation, is learning to love yourself and just embodying your full self.
Yes.
Like literally just embodying your full self. Like that will get you so far in life. Trying to be something that you're not will get you nowhere. You will be sad, miserable,
And lonely.
and lonely. No one likes to be lonely.
No.
Not at all. I hate that. So yeah, just focus on you. You know, everything else will come after.
Yes.
No, don't stress about little things that literally have nothing to do with you. Focus on the people who love you and love yourself. Like I
Yes,
keep saying.
I love it. Izzy, thank you so much for coming on and just talking with me and sharing another piece of your story.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful.
Thank you for having me. I can't wait to be on the next one.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
Shorty bad, watch the way she walk.